I'm sorry, I just kind of had to try and get the vibe a little bit. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The presentation of Endless Space 2 is something I've always loved. It helps I'm a fan of ambient music, and this game actually does a great job having that swelling music in the background, which just tickles me the right way. It's very nice. I do like it. When it's choral or when it's not. So yeah, I just like it. I like Endless Space 2. If that wasn't clear. Hello there everyone, this is iMark3. Welcome back to Gasp Shock Horror, Endless Space 2. Where we are all one, we are all the same, we are all equal beneath the gaze and beauty of Horatio. We shall Horatify all the stars. Oh yes. Yes, welcome back. We are, this time, I swear honestly, we really will gear up to get towards some genuine combat going on. I thought I had since last time is, I did send my fleet over here to try and poke fun at Hecka a little bit, but I think I'll try to get to Indus, but I will actually divert that fleet back slightly. Just trying to think of where it'd be safe to send it. That's mainly because I don't really plan to invade Hecka. I plan to, make things a bit unpleasant for the colony. But if I check the colony, yeah, see, it's 2 turns until this outpost actually hits into a full-fledged colony and they own the system. And then at that point, it's actually a declaration of war if I start doing nasty things to them there. So, I don't want to send those inductors over there anyway. Let's divert to... yeah, let's put them over in Murgers, I suppose. Sure. Just waylay them ever so slightly. Also, we found some Amanthionoid, apparently, on Salem 2. Don't know why that particular notification was the left at the end last time, but here we are. So, yes. Welcome back to Endless Space 2, where I will now get to the comments as we get to our first turn in progression. Well, it seems I made a slight mistake last time, and then went on a bit of a side rant. I'm sorry, I didn't do that. Let's see, completed, culture, and happiness. Always welcome. Cordial. Here we go. Indeed, Endless Research Park and Endless World completed. So the combined industrial park and theme park, based on Endless Ruins, has been completed. We have it. And now it can never be done forever and ever. Amen. A revealer has apparently bumped its nose on something painful. That was up north, wasn't it? Where was that? Show location. Oh. Yeah, I sometimes ignore the fact that the pirates tend to have a fleet hanging around near their system of origin. I was going to try and scout their system, but I'd be fine if I was Umbral Choir, because Umbral Choir, by their very nature, have a level of cloaking on them, but still. Oh well, my ship got a little ouchy. It'll be fine. So, let's start digging into the comments and see what's going on. So, Happy Ava, I think you misinterpreted part of my comment from last time. I do apologise. I do sometimes do that. Let's see if you can set me straight. I wrote the Empire to the left. That's why I was looking over here. These guys. Hello. That is in the other constellation. Can't see you. You started rambling about how they still can't, how they can still reach you. Well, the fact I reached them kind of made that self-evident. Yeah, so I didn't need to ramble about it. I just rambled, I think, about the fact I don't pick up wormhole tech very quickly. Yes, they can reach you, but they will not search for you or attack you since they haven't seen you yet. Because the constellations are too far apart in all vision, unless they use probes, once your scout was close by, they will not have found any trace of your empire. In other words, they don't know where you are, what you are, and that they should prepare military forces of some kind in that general fashion. This is all very true. Back when I had first vision of them, and they hadn't seen my stuff, I had the option to reach out to them and contact them at any time. And then when they saw my ship knocking around, that's when they got in touch with me. So, yeah, they kind of did that. Otherwise, I could have chosen not to engage with them, but they automatically establish contact with anyone they become aware of. That's something the AI does. So as I said, it's unusual for an empire to be able to hide from the other powers in the galaxy for any reasonable length of time. As for knowing where I am, how I am, who I am, all that stuff, they know I'm over this way somewhere, but they probably don't care that much. They're focused more on their local systems. They've not explored out this way. That much I can tell you for a fact. But something that will update it is once they've got view of the system. If I'd actually planted a colony there, then I would be able to see. Sorry, if someone planted a colony in a system that had been already scouted, that would show up immediately. Like there wasn't a colony in Bashir, and yet they seem to have started one. Yeah, literally just 15 turns to get that one online. So this is a new colony that's literally just started being founded there. So they are expanding in my direction, and they might take Idris, which is a potential problem. You are working, but you would take 20 turns until you get a new population of Horatio. Why is that taking? I'm a little bit confused about why that's taking so long. I don't see any reason why it would be, unless there's some other factor intervening in it ever so slightly. But I don't know why that's taking so long to fill up with Horatio. So it's on automatic. Big shipments coming in. They are quite happy. There's a limited number of automated ships coming through. That might be the bottleneck, just how many automated ships it can have en route. So I should actually accelerate that one just to get it online faster. And then we've barely got any influence. I could double the food intake to get it faster again, but I'll leave that 10 turns. Leave it be. Leave it be. Leave it be. Okay. So I want to try and get a colony ship to Idris, but honestly, Xanados is the more important one for me resource-wise because it has adamantium in it. And securing a decent source of adamantium is always useful, though that place has adamantium as well. Which is the better system for me? This one's a better science system. This one is more of a generalist with some bonuses to production, so I'm not entirely sure about that one. I want Xandros more importantly though, so I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Stop second-guessing myself, damn it. Excuse me. Right. Apieva's comment did continue though. As I say, you're done. You're done. Production. Horatios doing wonderful things. Horatification. Yeah, that is a word I misread as well. And it took you only 35 turns to get them to say it, though I have no idea if that's fast or slow. Honestly, I'm a little bit on the slow side just because of the... I took extra turns to build up more ships than I needed to conquer Kais, which is where I am now. I took more turns than I needed to do that. So honestly, I could have done that faster. But that's also fine for me anyway, so I don't really mind that one. Just kind of think of what I might want this world to do, honestly, because it's not a good world, end of the day. A lot of industries here will actually be kind of expensive for what they do on this world. Fanit, Fertile, and Temperate, that'll be worth plus 20 science. That one's worth it. Other than that, honestly, this world might just flat out wind up being set to change production into a different resource type and then left alone for the most part, unless I can terraform it a bit later. Because honestly, Kais is a rubbish system. It exists, and that's about all it does, because it's only got one small world in it. So, you know, not great, not great. Shit's moving. Oh, we found the academy. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I keep sidetracking myself slightly here. Yep, we found the Academy's main system. There it is. We're parked in the next system over. But now we know where the Academy is, and we also knew who found it first. Though we had always thought we did. Wow, what's wrong with me? 1 second, please. Okay, right. Well, that's a quote if I've ever heard one. I am Mark III. Wow, what is wrong with me? Ah, there's always something wrong with me. I'm getting distracted, and I'm also bunging up a little bit, which is kind of weird. Okay. Next part of the comment, though. Just in case you take another week off before recording session, I'll remind you in this comment of your active quest to send those newly built combat ships to a certain planet to fight the unknown planet resource robbing enemy. It would be a shame for let us miss the prime opportunity to finally see an actual fight just because you forgot about it. Hopefully you read it out before you get much further. Don't worry, that was literally the first thing I did after booting up the game. I double checked the expected turn time, the speed for the ship to get there, which is 2 turns, and how far along Merguez was getting in its production line. And Merguez is going to be producing for the next 3 turns, and then once that 3rd ship is out, the fleet will launch and it'll be there with a few turns to spare. Minus fleet health or minus movement, sure. Oh, sorry, that was a random event that just popped up. That's the Academy. I've been meaning to misread it, but it's like the random thing. That was just like a random one-shot event fired there called Slingshot. And the problem is I'm actually kind of spacey on the text of it. I've been reading text out so consistently in this game, and there's like, click, oh, let's pick that, off we go. And that's kind of an automatic response there. Sorry about that. My body fails me. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, that's all of Happy Apis comments. I am on top of the fleet thing. I'm diverting this fleet up here because it's going to rendezvous with this fleet, and then they're going to move down to Dorado and deal with our local pirate infestation, and that's the plan for that lot. But there's also another comment from Jubil. Hi Jubil, welcome to this little corner of YouTube. And Jubil said, Scrapland intro. Yeah, Scrapland intro. It's very much is a Scrapland intro and outro. Because I was looking for something that was kind of distinctive, but also kind of spoke a bit more about what my interests are. And then bonus points because it was from a game that isn't actually that well known. So it's always a fun little thing whenever someone actually recognizes it and knows where it's from. So yeah, that was the intro and outro graphics section is from the early cinematics of American McGee's Scrapland. Oh, that's a name I've not said in a while. Wow. Nothing here. Let's go ahead to Yersh. I suppose there's some more scanning to be done. Just keep on looking around the place. We've hit another dead-end system, so it's another system where we've probably got a wormhole link that I just don't know about, and I won't know about for another couple of turns. Okay, adamantium and antimatter. You guys are lucky. You've got both of the mid-tier resources. Though Akamar also had that as well. Normally things are scatter. You get like one or the other, and then that's it. Then just launch a probe volley in that direction and see where they go. Many, many probes. But that's because I tend to be thorough with those. You, I don't want you to do anything. You are going to actually go ahead and colonize Xandros. Let's see, I think 2-4, 1-6. We actually want to go on the huge Baron here. A very appetizing world here. Very interesting this. It was completely barren. There's nothing here. surprisingly, it's very good for science. I guess because there's nothing to get in the way of any science you want to do. Yep, that's everyone. You are all good. Luxuries are increasing due to decreasing tensions in the galaxy. Okay, that's all fine. Very good. Next turn, Parlise. Storyline progression in general, though. I did say I might be going a bit slow on it, but I'm not massively so. That's because the primary storyline tied to my species, that is generally not a timed thing. I think I touched on this briefly in the last episode. So that's kind of why I focus on that a bit more. On the side quests, because have got time limits and things. Anyway, autonomous materials. Next up is Behemoth Tech. Academies increased. Marvelous like me, and okay, we can read this out then. Slingshot. Your fleet enters an unknown system and has barely slowed from superlight speed when a belt of rocks circling one of the planets starts to peel off and head towards you on a carefully calibrated collision course. Oh. With your current inertia momentum, unfortunately, a course change is impossible. Focusing on defending yourself, you try to destroy the incoming rocks, hoping to acquire useful resources. In an ironic denouement, the rocks turned out to be rich in useful minerals and are now floating in easy reach of your scoops. Event, hard rocks. Gain 50 titanium and increase militarist ideology. Also, a chance of a major political crisis in 20 turns. So, we're coming out of faster than light, and some rocks got sent on an intercept trajectory, apparently. That's what Slingshot's about. Okay, let's see. For some weeks now, sensors have been strangely occluded and scanning passes have returned unexpected results. While this was chalked up to equipment or operator issues, solar winds and choppy communications, the truth seems to be much stranger. Fact sensors and scan anomalies are viewed as intruder alarm systems. It seems that unknown and invisible beings from another galaxy are beginning to circulate among us. They may not be more scientifically advanced, but they certainly are different enough that our own science must leap forward to understand them. Technology best suited to understanding these beings would be wave functional control improvements or unified tachyon theory. Build 3 optics research labs or stasis singularity improvements. Reward: an Umbral Choir ship where the last improvement was built. Umbral Choir ship. Does that mean we've got Umbral Choir actually active in the galaxy? I do not know. That said, though, Murga's just got compromised. Don't know who by, but defensive. Give me an encryption program. I have not kept up on hacking technology. Engage firewalls in the local area. Just see if you can pin anything down there. I'm guessing it's coming from Dorado as a local hostile force. I mean, neutral forces do have hackers, but I'm not seeing anything untoward going on in terms of resource drain or stuff like that. No, nothing unusual turning up in resource drain, so who knows what's going on there. Just there's something sort of intrusion going on. Sovereignty, good. Population increases, good. Dominus is leveled up. You are going to be giving more production, good sir, thank you. And then, Quorum. Magnetic field generators are online. Do I want anything else here? Not especially. I mean, there is the Intergalactic Technology Center. That's a thing. But honestly, I'm not thinking much else here apart from maybe the Academy, just to boost general hero point rate to get more heroes out. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm running a bit short on things I want to build in some of these systems. I think it's showing a little bit, isn't it? You know, I could be doing. I could be building warships. I could be building actual military strength, but I'm not. Mainly because I'm being an idiot, I think. But who knows? Something that I've also not done, which I was thinking of doing right before I started recording, is I could have actually upgraded my tool blueprints slightly. Though unfortunately now they are just doing their own thing. And that's because later on last time, I unlocked an upgrade to the beam laser, which the tool actually has one equipped. Yeah, so we've got the basic version here, which is 15 DPS, while we've got a Hyperion version, which is 24. And also has the effect of enemy weapon accuracy being reduced as well, which actually suits the mission of the tool quite nicely, so I will actually drop that in. We do have the blue missiles, but that's okay. Also note the colour of the projectile stuff, as you can see, does change based on a base material that's used in the weapon system. But I'll apply that though. The weapons don't actually have a beam laser, it's just kinetic slugs on these guys. Yep, pure kinetics. Though I never actually gave you a kinetic modifier, you're just all about the DACA. So I could shoehorn in a pinch beam on here as well. Well, a plasma beam. Would be useful to have 601. Sorry, 276. So yeah, it reduces its defensive strength, but gives it more attack in comparison. Only 20 more points, but 30 points lost in defense. Let's leave that be. Let's just modify the tool design for the moment and update that. That'll be fine. 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 Scouting runs. We have to continue to scout. We got Yersh up here. Super Spuds. An anomaly there, which gave me some people. Another anomaly, which gave me some people. Blue cap mold and multiple moons anomaly. Extra pop slot. Unfortunately, this is an academy claim system, so odds are we're never going to get our hands on it. That's kind of how things tend to go with the academy, to be entirely honest with you. But here we go. Right, so we've just completed autonomous materials. So for the first time, I can show you a wormhole link. As you can see, it just goes off over that way. It takes all movement points to traverse it. It doesn't cost a fixed amount, so even if you've got one movement point left, you can still dive into the wormhole and come out the other side. It's just you come outside with none left over. So, let's pop in here. And there we are. We have met ourselves a new empire. So I think this is a new empire. We have got ourselves, yep, the Volters. I think we ran into them before, actually. Yeah, we've met them before. 50% of the galaxy. We even found ionic crystals. And discovered a neutron star. So, yeah, we already knew that Volters were about, I believe, because there was no notification of like Meta New Empire. So yeah, as you can see, I remember some things, but other things my mind's a little bit less firm on, to be entirely honest. And then there's another wormhole link bopping down all the way down here. There's no wormhole from Caris where I thought it would be, but instead it's from Mael and Genna, which goes that way. And then here are my local links, as you can see. Just a few around Mira and Fidus. Yeah. And then lastly, the other ones down here. I was expecting the Heka link, I wasn't expecting the Mintaka link. Oh well. At least now I can actually see the active routes and figure that out. So I know where I'm going at the very least. Or at least I have an idea of where I'm going at the very least. One day I'll make sense, I swear, but not today. Also, there's no anomalies in the system, I think. Nope, nothing I can immediately try and search out. So, I think this revealer will continue northwards. And we're just skipping through enemy colonies now, so it's like I'm not paying as much attention to what the worlds are in general because the AI will do its own thing to them. Really, I'm here specifically to try and get scouting loot and stuff like that from just probing anything and everything. I am the hostile invader, flying around in their little silver saucer, scooping up livestock for experimentation. That's basically what I'm doing in these foreign territories. I'm not actually being hostile or provoking them, so, you know, I'm not doing anything to them. I'm just looking around and being very curious. That's interesting. That's within sensor range. And yet I don't see anything there. Well, my scout ship can get there, so... Why was... I thought that was within my scouting range. Oh well. I don't mind. I've met the pulsons though. Sentient energy rock combinations. Industrialists with a bit of production, but especially they like planets with anomalies for extra science. Hello there. And I'll just do a little bit of saying howdy doody.
Welcome to the Sophonoty. There are some among us who doubt your intellectual chops. Please, prove them wrong.
Ah, the Sophons. So, in a game with a science victory being the only available victory, I am against both of the strongest science-type species in the default faction list. So, yeah. My victory is not as assured as I thought, but we'll see how we do. But, yeah, these are literally greys. And they are very curious about science and also kind of reckless about science as well. So, doubt your intellectual chops, please prove them wrong. They are literally challenging me to prove that my science holds up to theirs. So, yeah, nice to meet you guys, I suppose. I mean, let's have a look at your ships, I guess. 232 and 203. My ships are comparable. My ships have roughly equivalent attack capability, but have better defense in general, I think. So we're not behind. We're not really that ahead either. I mean, look at these guys. 148 and 217. I'm definitely got more powerful ships than the Red Empire does, I think, at the moment. Yeah. Wait. I just compared my military vessels directly to the Red Empire's vessels. Do you want to see Iron Mark III go to war? If you do, feel free to let me know in the comments. And if someone says yes, then I will immediately attack the infidels who dare to believe in something else other than the grace and divine beauty of Horatio. I'm half tempted to do it as well, just because it'll give me a push to get into a conflict. We'll just keep on going though. We're doing good, we're doing good. End turn. Nope, no hacking operation. I do have access to links over here, but I don't think I can start from the two that are not yet colonies. I can't, no. So I do want to actually try and get into this area, but where was I working? I've forgotten where my hacking was going. And that's kind of bad, actually. I might have been going up this way trying to get through the central core. I'm sorry, this is a symptom of, like, again, a longer than ideal pause and a lack of focus compared to what was going on in general. Let's start from here. Let's go up to... Well, if I had to stay up there, it's 18 turns. I think... Yeah, I mean, I've got an active accelerator program on there, so I'm guessing I had a program, but it got cancelled, and I didn't spot the notice. No. It's just Iron Mark 3 being stupid again, don't worry. Okay, so, why am I being stupid? What's going on? I had an unassigned hacking program because I literally just unlocked autonomous materials, which increases my hacking limit by 1. So now I've actually got 2 hacks going on instead of 1. It's just I've forgotten, I was slightly confused. As you can see, I'm making perfect sense. I know exactly what I'm doing. Oh yes. Only I can deliver the vision of Horatio to this galaxy. Thank you for giving me behemoths. Most excellent. They like me. Hyperion demands from the Academy. You're done. You are all well and done. Oh yes. And there's the invasion fleet wandering around. Ah, I've located the home planet of the Reds. Father. And yes, you did see there were actually lights on the worlds showing cities. I could have actually let you have a close look at that one. So you see on the night side, it's all lit up depending on if the world is well developed. This one here as well. So yeah, the planets aren't static. They do change based on not just on their local anomalies, but also like on their population status and stuff like that as well. Like I think if a planet has been war scarred, it tends to be quite obvious as well. Oh, there's the anomaly right there. Oh dear. Let's see. A sign of ancient combat. That I think there's a Kessler syndrome one. Oh no, tunnel slipgates. Natural anomaly whose probable existence is less than 0. This series of natural quantum-linked transport gates creates tunnels from the planet's surface to various points in the star system. This piece of space-time is full of bridges, shortcuts and holes, allowing rapid transportation throughout the system. System gains +1 to trade value, and the resource production penalty when the system is blockaded is set to 0. So if the system is blockaded by hostiles, it won't interrupt local production at all because they've got local quantum teleportation. I'd love little gribbly little anomalies like that. It's one of the reasons why I do believe in science a little bit, you know? Anyway, we've got more beautifiers coming out of the gates at Oretho. We've got Kindness has completed a level 2 modernization. Our current goal, of course, is the level 3 because of our main quest. But I will continue our production of influences dropping slightly. Thing is, I kind of want to be more focused on science because this is like all cold world, so they get the plus bonus to that on its basic output. Let's go ahead and specialize that one because I did unlock the culture ministry and stuff to go into our capital system, and that will help out in general. And then I guess we could add this one, 8. No, let's boost the science output. This system is mostly focused on science output. Let's focus on that a little bit. While Kais is again doing what Kais does. I still don't know what to do with this system, honestly. I mean, I could tell it to build a behemoth, but it'll take a little bit to do it. Might as well not. I'm half tempted to hit that button which says vacate the system. But no, I don't know what to do. Savannah Temperate, +20 production. It'll be useful in general, I guess. Leave it be. Leave it be. Sure. Okay. Oretho, launch that beautifier. That beautifier was part of a wave, as I recall, to try and get some more colonies going out this way. You'll take 5 turns to get there. I never updated you to take into account my testing that I mentioned in last time, which with the result of like, if you've got a... I didn't ever update the science ship either. That one of these plus one of these is, in general, a bit better than two of these, because as the engine gets stronger, the difference only increases, while the stacking increase from the scavenger van scoop is quickly outmatched by the bonuses from the better engines. So I'm not entirely sure about that one. I'll leave it be until I get a better engine, I suppose. Just ignore it. This gouge, though, I will sell on the open market for another 242 dust. Thank you. It's a sleek stealth ship, but, you know, nothing to be done about that, because, quite simply, I won't be using it, so I might as well get some dust from it. I do like, though, that the Sofa ones actually share a galaxy with the Red Empire. It's quite nice. You're done. Horatio's increasing. Very good. We discovered the rejuvenation field. This is actually the origin system for the Volters, this one. So the Volters were drifting until they entered this field, and this actually reactivated some of the dead systems on their core ship, which is actually a Ark cryo storage transport ship. So they were drifting around for ages until it flew into this, and this reactivated some of the systems, and so they actually woke back up again. Before that, they were just like drifting around the void doing whatever. It's kind of that's kind of their storyline. Collapsing star. We are all good. Okay. One quick check on Merguez, because we are. Yep, one more turn, and then the fleet will be departing. I was tempted to try and build another ship, honestly, for this, but I looked at the timing and decided, you know what, I won't. I'll just make sure.
Arrow.
Oh, hello.
Reply.
I seek to rebuild fine relics and do justice to my family's memory. All this comes at a great cost. So they are threatening. They are unhappy with me. This is probably related to the pressure, or they're demanding something.
Her Majesty is showing her generosity. Accept it.
Her Majesty shows her generosity by demanding 660 dust from me. I refuse the proposed treaty. Also, Orange shot a civilian fleet and lost me a population. Flipping Orange blockade Orange. Of course, the humans are the first ones that I come across who fire on a civilian ship. Right. Oh dear. Oh well. But yeah, basically, if there's a blockade going on, then they can decide to fire on civilian ships that are coming through. At the very least, civilian ships get delayed. But in this case, that unaligned population transport just flat out got destroyed. So yeah. Oh well. Problem is, though, not much I can do about it. It shouldn't have been out there in the first place. Anything I want to do with those worlds? I mean, I could send a colony ship over to Mintaka. I probably should, just because it's a link system, honestly. If I colonize Idris and Mintaka, I can try to get those two back through military invasion. But if I don't take Mintaka, I'll just have to invade it later anyway. Oh, look at me. I am actually planning to go to hostilities with Red. Huh. Now, I also accidentally routed 2 ships to do it. I think I'll have to reroute one of these. I don't have an antimatter source yet, although I have one upcoming in Dursey. Again, I'm being hit by a slight lack of really good systems, honestly. If I come over here, I would get access to Void Stones, a production-based one. Though, actually, I have access to Void Stones over here in Musis as well. Honestly, I'm not too sure. where else would be good to send a colony ship at the moment? I could send one to attack him. Though that attack him is pulsing, that means that there's actually an objective there. Problem is I'm not sure which one. Because the only way to find out which one would actually be to pulse around and check each active thing to find out which one is actually pulsing over there. But I don't know which one it is, so I'm going to have to leave it be for the moment unless I get some kind of scout out that way. I will send it off, I suppose, to Brocken? Yeah, Brocken has got Hyperion. But Pesper Antimatter. Go for Cephas, go for Cephas. Let's go for Cephas. So if I still had the ship selected, wouldn't it? You. Go there. Notice it's actually using those jump gates to skip that entire section of travel. The game is pretty good about working out ways that are faster to go through the entire system. Okay, let's see. We've got a first tier 3 skill on our hero back at the home planet. Boost value of all luxury resources on the system. Boost food on planets and per original population on planets. Always nice. That's not useful for a colony one. Crowd control. An overseer hero runs a tight ship, even when not actually on a ship. When everything runs like clockwork, even the densest urban centers and the most sprawling empires feel a little less chaotic to live in. Minus 20% to, I think, colony unhappiness on system. I'm not quite sure what those symbols actually mean. Let's have a look, see. Not telling me. Okay, leave it be. It does something which I think is related to happiness and colony happiness penalty. But apart from that, I'm not entirely sure. Let's boost the food because we are Horatio. And we are ecologists. We are an ecologist dictatorship, but, you know, we are still ecologists. At the end of the day. Faction sovereignty. Faction sovereignty. Very good. Oh, that's something I was thinking about last time as well. I was thinking about trying to do some absorption quests for some of these empires to try and take over their systems. Not quite there yet because I'm focusing on, as I go ahead and check my production reports. Weapon completed last turn. Very good, I am not running behind. We are good to go. Pull out all of that into 4th Elegant Shoal. 4th Elegant Shoal is now fully active. And we'll take 2 turns to get to Fidus. We have 3 turns remaining. Bon voyage! I never did update those tools with the heavier beam lasers. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sorry guys, I forgot to put a bigger gun on your ships. Oh, I was already interested up here, so apparently I already sent a beautifier up here. Okay, sure. I know what I'm doing. Maybe. Kinda. I think plus... Look at this though. 20 base production. Sure, it's not the happiest shout to colonize a lava world straight off, but 20 versus 9 or 16 on this hot one for -5. Let's go for the Ash world. It's also a bigger world too. Yeah, it's not the best world to settle in straight off, but you see, it's kind of like Venus, or we suspect Venus might be, like choking atmosphere, heat, and all that stuff. There's the little colony ship just slamming down over there. But yeah, this place will do good amounts of production when it gets up and running, and production is to help with the early industry founding in the system. At least that's my thought. Anyway, food will actually naturally be coming from the rest of my empire because a lot of my other systems are actually reaching population limits, so they are exporting their food. So that's honestly going quite nicely. A couple of plants with rings. Anything interesting around here? Transvines and transvines. I think the system has alien grapes. I'm no scientist, but I think that's what's going on. Okay. Just toxic and a gas giant in this one. This one's not very habitable, it looks like. Ooh, deserted cities. A reminder of yet another lost civilization, deserted cities are scattered across the surface of the planet. Even stranger, many of the buildings and machines are still in working order. If a planet has been conceived to make scientists and engineers happy, it is this one. +2 science, +2 industry, and +1 dust. That is actually a very interesting one, that one. I mean, it's part of the Fermi paradox we've got in real life. It's like, where are all the aliens? And one of the running theories is we're either super early in the line of races evolving, or we're super late. And we are worried we might be late on the bell curve of when sentient races arise. But the thing is, we don't know. And it's one of the stranger things out there. It's like, where are all the aliens at? I did get some remnants, though. Turn the page after eons of sleep. The remnants are redeemed assassins who use their intensity and efficiency for making a galaxy a better place. So basically, assassin droids who decided to turn over a new leaf and use that focus for more productive things than just removing people. Okay, sure. Don't know if I mentioned this before, but one of the wonderful things about being the perfect being that is Horatio is that we have no problem integrating mechanical populations or lithoid populations or anything like that into the beauty of Horatio. We just do it. Okay, not had one of these for a while. The planet Tor. This is another unique. The Endless Society develops on this large, cool planet orbiting a star they call Prime. Though it is the birthplace of this culture that dominated the galaxy for centuries, they were forced to depart when overexploitation destabilized the core and crust, triggering seismic changes. Though it is a treasure of artifacts and holds a near mystical reputation, its history is one of sorrow. Like massive gouges straight throughout the planet. The entire thing is kind of splitting apart a little bit. It's not even colonized. Ooh, it's not even colonized. But you can see what I mean about the tectonics having a bit of an issue going on there. It's a tiny tundra, but it doesn't make any natural production. But apart from that, it does many things. Do I have a free colony ship I can divert? I think I do. There was the one I rerouted up towards Cephas. If I can get my hands on Idris and Mincta, that's a priority. If I can divert the ship I sent towards Cephas, that would be all to the good. The question is, where is it? I think it's you, isn't it? Yeah, this ship's heading directly west, so this was one that's turning north towards Cephas. You are now being diverted to Pavo. It'll take you 9 turns to get there. Will it work out for me? Yeah. Honestly, it's probably a bit of a stupid thing. Probably a bit of a stupid thing to make that diversion, but the problem is, if I send it up there, then it'll cause friction with the Volters, and there's no guarantee of that world being free in like 9 turns. And then if something happens to that world, I have to get ships up there to support it as well. So it kind of spreads myself thin to get my hands on a single special world, which admittedly, while pretty good in general, like 8, 13, 8, and also a whopping +12 to hell with it, we're going for Tor. +12 influence per population is amazing, honestly. I swear, my throat was fine before I started recording. Oh well. Right. In the meantime, though, to try and fix up our culture issues, we are going to create the culture center with bonus per system level and percentage. And then this place is just generally very happy, so we'll also go for the Intergalactic Technology Center, ITER. We've got one wonder here, we're going to make another one. This vast complex of laboratories, classrooms and offices is unique in the galaxy for bring together experts and researchers to work together on challenging scientific and technological issues. A technological marvel in itself, the building promises enormous gains in scientific knowledge as well as practical application. Plus 10% science production per science level, and minus 10% technology cost on everything. If we're going for a science victory, minus percentage science cost is... we want it! Also, I can build Denmark University in one turn for a plus 2 to all resource output. Let's do that immediately. The Vault for extra experience will take 2 turns. I will... actually, that one can be built somewhere else. I'll build that somewhere else because it says 100 experience on Governor Heroes. Heroes, plural. So that implies it's a universal effect. An automated training learning facility, though constructed by the Concrete Endless in their efforts to create super defenders to help save off virtual attacks, the Vault of Governance helps Governor Heroes to more swiftly integrate their administrative experiences. Heroes report that the accelerated learning process is akin to taking an intense rollercoaster ride while under the influence of pharmaceutical stimulation of the upper variety. Not for mere mortals. If there's any doubt that the heroes are effectively on some kind of performance-enhancing substances, this kind of shows why that is a running theory, honestly. And we kind of do want the analytical engine as well. That will also take 1 turn to produce. It will push back completion of everything else slightly. We're not hurting for dust, so I'll do that afterwards. I'll also queue up the Vault of Governance as well here. I might as well. Okay, so production is set. We've found ourselves a solar nebula. Look at that view. It is a dust focus thing. Very much so. But that is quite nice. Done. We've also found a regular nebula, which just is gives a basic bonus to literally all resource types. Okay, excellent. Planet tour, we've seen that one. Solar quest started. Strange tidings. The only problem with dangerous secrets long left buried is that eventually some fool is bound to dig them up. So true. Archaeologists and researchers from the Ursa Major Technopole have discovered evidence of an endless constructed superweapon. So of course they went poking around looking for the power switch. Scientists. While it is not surprising they created devastating armaments, the worry is that this one may either be active or at least able to be activated. Yeah, that. There is no time to lose. Get your explorers out there to figure out what is happening before the weapon ends up pointed at you. Explore curiosities at the quest marker. Reward is 500 dust and 60 Eden incense, which is a influence focus one. Explore at the Ukdar marker. Do I have an exploration ship nearby? I actually do. I have one that's routing back towards Murga's. Wait, no, that's not a scout ship. That's actually a loss ratio ship. These guys are technically scout ships, but they don't actually have scouting equipment. The fact I use a scout's hull for this ship role is slightly misleading me. I need an extra scout ship to go to Ukdar. I will double check my design real quick. Vila, can you be upgraded? Probably. You can have your drives enhanced a little bit. Which I think that will make you about equivalent speed, honestly. Right now there's not much give or take in it, but it will give them more points, than just those points will be slightly less efficient. No, not an inductor. I want a revealer. You will build immediately. This world has a couple of minuses on it. I can actually now partially mitigate things. So I can reduce the effects of that psychoactive air because I've researched a technology that allows me to do that. But if we look, this system is actually already max population for everything. So it needs to be expanded. Oh, happy day, the production system is getting bigger. And I will tell it to take on the Ash World and the Lava World, which I'm sure will please the locals no end. Nah, who am I kidding? They're still ecstatic. They're very happy people here. Oh, specialist systems. They do love to do things. Though my high population growth is because of the whole ecologist food growth focus of this empire in general. Since this is kind of technically a dual focus empire, food and science being its driving pillars. Quindrix lock-on module. That's interesting. It's also a module that requires one of the two late game strategics, which we don't have access to yet. So that's okay. Humerus incidents. This planet was inhabited by a highly advanced race that died off when a massive volcanic eruption induced a prolonged winter. Winter. Yes, that winter was a ringer, that one. The knowledge of their civilization was meticulously documented and stored in bunkers scattered across the planet. Clearly, they expected to rise up after the winter and continue their evolution. Sadly, the bunkers sit unlocked and unused, and the people have returned to the dust. Their knowledge, however, is yours to explore. Yeah, there's so many ways that life can stumble and falter, and the local environment can have such a massive effect. In this case, this is a species that failed to do that, but they left all of their science and knowledge in hope that they could use it to rebuild after things got better for them, but it didn't. So they actually died out, but hey, bonus science production. That's Catamac Volcano. Oh, that's a whole planet. That is... There it is. So it's on this... So yeah, the winter did subside because it's now a large desert world. So it kind of went in the opposite direction from where they were, I think, but, you know. Okay, anything else I wanted to have going around? You are... Well, I want to find out what's going on over here. There's another system over there, apparently, so I will check out. Ah, the system of Wei. The Wei dynasty. 3 Kingdoms is apparently alive and well in this game. Problem is, I don't remember much about 3 Kingdoms, so, you know, it's... apart from the fact Yellow Turban Rebellion was a thing, and it also may or may not be fictional, which explains the ability to fly and the fact that the leader of Yellow Turbans had laser eye beams. Look, that's an oversimplified history version of the 3 Kingdoms, and it is... I like oversimplified stuff, just because of the jokes and things they just randomly throw in. I recommend it if you don't actually check those out. It can be informative and fun. There's also another one which is discussing the War of the Bucket. Yeah, apparently that was a thing. And that's because one city took another city's bucket from the well at the end of the day, and that's all that was about. But, you know, humans are weird sometimes. Sorry about that. I'll try to remember to cut that out. Nose backed up, throat clogged, and then I had to take a long pull off my drink just to... Yeah. I'm in the middle of a heat wave. Why am I getting these symptoms? It's weird. Anyway. Technology. Extreme Phased Beam. Another late game material, beam weapon. High DPS. Deals extra collateral damage to the flotilla in general. Of course, I don't have the material to make it. I can't find that material yet. It is this one, Quadrinix. A material that exists in phases between matter, antimatter, and alternate universes. Quadrinix has the highest energy density of any known and containable substance. So, an exotic energy substance, that. While the other late game material is this one, Orichalcix. Discovered as a byproduct of the nuclear fusion process within a star, the properties of this purple-hued metal make it an excellent for anything that must endure extreme conditions. So basically, star-forged structural material and trans-dimensional energy sources are where we get at the end of this. And I'm finding stuff that requires those things, even though I've not actually unlocked the ability to search for them yet. Anyway, let's keep on going. You are fine. Keep. Honestly, I am kind of equivalent in scale compared to Red right now. We can check and see why Red's feeling uppity about us. Zero pressure from score difference and 0 pressure from game speed. So, because pressure is slightly lower, they are threatening, and that is where it is sticking. Vladimir's got pressure decreasing. So do the Voltas. And so do these guys. So they're all kind of gravitating towards that a little bit. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what's going on in terms of that overall, but in fact, let's check my victory screen real quick. Victory screen. Victory screen. Oh, there it is. Right. Okay. Yeah, overall we're still first in terms of science production. Problem is, I don't know where I compare anything else. Literally anything else. So who knows? Anyway, moving on. We have finished this particular turn. So advance. We have an election. Surprisingly, the ecologists are doing pretty well. And everyone else is barely getting a look in. Every system weighing in. All good. Oh look, the ecologist won. It's almost like I'm a dictatorship or something. Sure. So that does give me access to the next tier of laws. Of course, I have no way to afford it. Just completed. Industrial behemoths, giving us access to resource production specialties. Most excellent. Also completed botanical scanning, which gives us access to some more food production. Also good. And that was it. Our research queue is actually currently empty. Okay, what can we do immediately? We got access to the basic behemoth frame recently. We also got access to some stuff to help with that. I mean, this one is going to give us extra propulsion speed and vision range on behemoths if we make behemoth generators, as well as a behemoth scanner module. Okay. The analyzers gives us access to some extra resource output, and also notice here technology cost reduction based on that. Though there are also superior versions as well to get these things up to top tier. There's also up here harvesting, which allows us to actually produce a steady trickle of strategic resources depending on what the behemoth is orbiting. It does say only one, but that is one per module, and behemoths can have a increased number of modules installed. So it's, unless you have a very flexibly built behemoth, it's going to be multiple of this for a single behemoth. Though something to bear in mind for behemoths is Well, this is an odd module. This was like it allows the behemoth to go and help to terraform and reduce the severity of anomalies. However, I've found it's used to be a bit questionable / bugged. I'm not entirely sure. Then again, I did actually test build this as the Humble Choir, so technically the systems I was trying to work in were owned by someone else, but you know, I'm not entirely sure about the climate engineering module, but this one can help if you're short on resources. Anyway, I was saying, behemoths, there is a bit of a problem with them, which is you can't actually scrap them once they're built. All you can do is let them get wrecked. And so the only way to really do things with the behemoth is you have to upgrade them as time goes on. And they're not built to be disposable, really. You can replace them, but, well, I should probably show you a bit about what a behemoth is like as I look around for other text to do. Actually, since my scouts are hitting further regions, it might be a good idea to actually go push for the next level of this. And it would also be a good idea to get... Oh no, I've got that one, I think. Population bonus, yes, thank you. New hero selection, thank you.
Roles have been assigned.
I would rather send
just
you an arrow.
stop,
than
please.
that Her Majesty has decided and doesn't care what you think.
Majesty is displeased that you refuse the most regional request for tribute. The will, the lost, and therefore the Nakan Lords. Their contribution to this contract is bureaucratic imbroglio. Bureaucratic imbroglio. A treaty. Through a deluge of formal diplomatic requests and actions, you manage to clutter diplomatic channels with this empire and increase your pressure on him. So they aren't happy, and they decided to try and bury my diplomatic corpse with needless paperwork. They are being very friendly right now. Anyway, yes. Level 3. I have actually unlocked it now, so I can specify that to try and progress. I've got that. I'm working on that. I kind of want to go towards the science focus, though, which requires blue cap and ionic crystals, neither of which I'm currently producing. I mean, it's tempting to go for another red sand thing, but the fact is my food production is actually off the charts right now, so I don't think that's much of an issue, to be entirely honest with you. I think I should just focus on getting science, and actually influence would probably be a good one to pick up as well. What do we reckon? 60 science or +4 per population on the system? We're looking at 12, 18, 20. That's like 80 science on that, though. So a system that hits like... how are you doing? You're on 15. That puts you at 60. And 60 would be comparable to that. So to be more effective with ionic crystals, it would have to be 16 or more population on the system. Below that, it's better to have blue cap mold. And honestly, most of my systems are going to be shaping up that way, more or less, either through me terraforming to get more population squeezed into the planets or stuff like that. It's probably going to work out that way a bit better. But I think right now, a bit of inefficiency. Let's go for, I suppose, blue cap mold and Eden incense. Eden incense just to help ease the burden for production of influence, and blue cap mold for a bump in science production. I just have to start harvesting those two materials. That's my problem there. Oh, also, by the way, we got Deep Space Holdings, a level 1 trading company, which has literally just been built, I think, so it's not really worked out any subsidiaries just yet. Oh, no, it has been built. It's not able to trace the route to my I just don't have any subsidiaries yet. I have to build those. I forgot. Sorry, Umbral Choir messes with some of the mechanics, and this and trade headquarters is one of the systems it messes with a bit. So I'm not a bit shaky on that one still. Anyway, moving on. I'm not sure Wasteland's come to an end. 20 production from -10 happiness. My people are a bit happier now. Excellent. Gained a Horatio. Excellent. 5 has leveled up again to level 6. Have I actually put 5 anywhere? No. Well, actually, yeah. 5 is in charge of Quorum right now. I just haven't decided if 5 is going to be a military leader or a governor, so I'm just going to leave 5B for the time being. Now that's it. I might need some... If I'm going to go to war, I need some more combat-y heroes. So, ecologists or scientists? If I want to check on this, I don't actually have a scientist leader yet. So having a science type would be a good idea. Do I want an Umbral Choir hero? Yeah, Umbral Choir are like these ghostly things from another world. They tend to be more generally specialized. So extra evasion, extra hacking capability if it's on system, extra production percentage, which is nice, extra vision, anti-cloaking's detection is set to level 3, so this fleet can basically see just about anything that's cloaked if it goes into the same system, no matter how strong the cloak is. This hero can spot it. Then this one is, if on the Senate, minus bandwidth cost for hacking programs, and if it's on a system, it boosts hacking speed on the Empire, flat out. And nocturnal sleepers on systems, plus 1% per sleepers. Per sleepers, we don't get sleepers because we're not the Umbral Choir, so that was actually a useless skill for us. If I'm going to go for a science, then I kind of want to go for a Vodiani. A Vodiani Seeker. It's got a bit better in terms of command. It's got slightly worse in terms of Wanderlust. But it's also slightly lower on wit and equal on labour in general. Okay, let's check this guy out. Just lady out. On fleets move a bit faster. Their specialties, extra shield capacity, extra energy weapon damage on fleets. Okay, so we've got one there, like 20% extra energy damage for energy weaponry on the fleet. So this will encourage you to have a specialized fleet for this particular hero. If on the Senate, extra production per hero level. Oh, that's actually a fairly powerful one. On the fleet, plus 6 to movement, flat. And then on the fleet or ship if assigned, extra damage on the ship, and the fleet gets extra health. So the extra damage on ship means the hero ship itself is 80% more damage, and the fleet itself gets an extra 25% to its total hit point durability, so extra hit points. Then it's got some complementary skills over here in the Seeker, which is a more ship-focused one. So multiplies free movement and vision range, extra flat damage of any type, extra movement and extra probe stocks as well as an additional bonus. That is less important at the moment. Extra shield absorption, so energy shielding on my fleet is more effective. And then the last one doesn't do anything to that. So as we can see, this one actually has some potentially useful stuff for an energy offensively equipped fleet. Though it also does have an extra defensive bonus in terms of like its shields are flat out better as well. So energy offense and energy defense being specialties, this is a worthy hero to pick up. So yes, I will add her to my roster with an eye towards becoming a fleet controlled hero. Let's give this one, which means double free movement speed. So traveling off transit lanes, movement speed is doubled for this hero. Flat out. That works, it'll help. Okay, and are we ready for this? Are we ready for an actual fight? One of my friends cites the combat in this game as something that he is not sure about, and that's why he doesn't want to have the game, even though I've offered several times to buy it for him. So, yeah. Our fleet has arrived. It's a good thing you moved quickly, as it seems the hostiles were about to leave and seek new prey, so we got there in less than 10 turns. We have been given compact fusion methods for a bunch of extra capabilities. You reach the planet just as the hostiles are preparing to leave. Avenge the planet's original inhabitants by defeating the enemy fleet. Avenge your newfound friends and punish these evil extraterrestrials. Defeat the fleet at Phidias, and we get the pirate laser cannon. That's a pulse laser. 29. So it's actually it's a shout above our current weapon technology. It's mid-tier in terms of the overall game's punch, I think. I don't think these unique ones get upgraded as we go along, though. So if anything, finding them early is actually a slight disservice. Okay, so here we go. We've seen this particular screen pop up a couple of times, but this time we are not going to be hitting this magical button. We are going to be hitting this magical button. There we go. Right, so how would I break down a ship-to-ship combat? Well, if I it calculates, and then we can watch the simulation play out for it. Or we can just, if we don't have watch selected and just hit fight, it will auto-resolve immediately. Then it'll just like auto-resolve, battle will be done, and we'll proceed with the results. So as I said, we don't have to do anything about that. This is not a more detailed combat system, but it's more detailed if we choose to engage with it. So, what could I do? First things first, this one here, no effects. Special systems like pulsars or nebulae or stuff have bonuses or hindrances effects that can apply to a battle. There's nothing here, so nothing there. We have to choose our tactic card, which will determine our overall layout and our intended approaches to the enemy. Or we can click on the advanced mode and try to do things in a bit more of a controlled fashion if we wanted to. Though I've actually never really tried to do this, so I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to go back to simple mode. See, there's stuff I've not done in this game, and I like this game a lot. I've never bothered to click on advanced and really try to get stuck in on this and figure out what's going on. Though we can see from this we've got our chosen tactics are Turtle, which is pushing 2 fleets in formations into close combat. We don't have enough ships in the fleet to unlock the 3rd slot here, so this one is currently disabled. But the 2 unlocked are close combat, and they're going to close in. We have 2 light enemies, which we can mouse over to get a breakdown of them, and we've got a medium enemy as well, which is... yeah, these guys are all very focused on kinetic attack and defense. The little guys have got pure kinetic, so basically they mirror our attack craft. This one is... it's got some energy weapon, I think. Pulse laser because of... it's got pulse laser, I think, because of the lacking short range potential. Oh, I was reading it wrong. Long range. This is actually going to be a very good fight for us because long range 100%, that means these little guys have got missile launchers. This guy has got missile launchers and pulse lasers because very high long range efficiency, but the short range efficiency is too low, I think, for it to be a beam laser, so that's a pulse laser. Remember, our ships have got multiple defenses, but in particular we've also got kinetic guns acting as a CIWS defense system against missiles. So a lot of enemy firepower is actually going to be stopped short just by our gun choice. I could choose a different tactic here, which, as you can see, it affects what goes where. In this case, say at mid to long range. This one is one fleet goes to medium range, one goes to short range. Short range helps us out in general because we've got a lot of kinetic guns, so we want to be doing that. Also, enemy attacks mostly kinetic, so we do want this bonus effect from using turtle tactics, which is 20% hull plating absorption on all my ships. So all of my armor is a bit more effective. Though different tactics would give different yields as well. It's not compatible with all loadouts. That's part of the problem. So, did I make sense there? Hopefully I did. Remember, I've been finding tactics cards as I've been going around. As I've just been roaming around the galaxy, I've been finding some extra tactics cards. I've also been getting some unlocked just through research as well. So there are options. I could swap around my deck of like the initial 3 power shields. Notice it's shuffling the ships up a little bit based on what goes where. If the mid-fleet, Fleet 2, stays at mid-range, it's actually giving the ships that are better at mid-range into that particular slot. So it prioritizes the hero ship and so the tool ships, which have got more beam lasers and things for medium range, while the close range stuff, the weapons, are straight into the first slot up here because they want to go close combat. So it does try to balance things out based on what you've got quite a bit. In this case, the weapons are a bit scattered, but that's because like we don't have a specialized long range ship, honestly. But we want to be close range, so it's like everything is just going flat out. So, fight. Remember, this is a simulation. I can't control my ships at all, but I just get to see the action going on. Atlantis versus Roman fleets. The attacking fleet warps in. Weapons start arming. There is a brief cinematic pause while all the guns start to activate, and then the actual combat will start to kick off. But right now we are in auto camera, which oh, there goes a whole bunch of stuff. Let's slow this down a little bit. This guy's already being Swiss cheesed a little bit, as you can probably see there. But it kind of like zooms in and out. It bounces all over the place. It doesn't give you a overall view. Oh, there's one of our beam lasers kicking in. But we can customize it. We can pause it if we want to, just have a look-see at it. Free camera unlocks it, so we've lost the wobble, and now I can actually just take a look around and free to control what I'm looking at, where I'm looking at. Like all that's going on. We can see here that some missile fire has been going in at this particular group and has actually been intercepted by kinetics. So this is actually debris from the missiles being shot down. They're trying to do something there. Or we can go to the overview, which actually gives us the basic tactical overview. And we can see where they are, who's attacking what. We can check the overall stats of the individual battle groups, and we can see where they're trying to go. So as we can see, both the endpoints of these two are close range, while these guys are just cruising on by. But yeah, honestly, it's just like you have a look around and see how it goes. It does give you a chance to have a closer look at some of the ship models as well. So it's quite interesting to see that. We can also click on that to focus on it. And I think there should be... Oh, show high statistics of ships. There we go. Oh, there goes one of the pirate ships. Oh dear. But we can also check and see the individual stats of the ships themselves, as you can see. Like, that one's literally just going up. This one is kind of in trouble here. It's taking some damage, though it's still got a fair bit of health left. But its smaller escorts have already been picked apart, as we can already see. And this one is also, as we can see, also taking hits, and the numbers popping up above it are actually crew deaths that are going on. Let's go ahead and actually get that one back up to speed. And we now just focus on this one, see what happens. This one is probably going to die fairly soon, and we have not taken very much, honestly, in return. Now, Thing is, the auto camera does like to alternate between like close-in shots of things going on and then long-range shots. But notice it missed completely the enemy ship detonating. So because it was too busy looking at other stuff. So that's one of the weaker parts of this game, if I'm going to be entirely honest. The fact it doesn't really quite do a good job of looking at things that are interesting or giving a good overview. The automatic camera isn't that great. But yeah, there goes the medium ship, which I somehow selected. I'm not entirely sure how. But there we go. Right, decisive victory. We can re-watch that if we want to take a quick look at it again. But the overall results are undeniable that I won. My turtle, they countered, I didn't know this, but they countered with power to shields, increasing shield absorption and shield capacity. But sadly for them, the bulk of my firepower was actually kinetic. So yeah, they were a bit mismatched there, and I tore them to shreds. And that's basically how a fight goes. Though, notice the experience was gained by my ships and my hero. And because of the toolcraft in there, which give bonus science per command point destroyed, I gained 600 science as a side benefit. So that's why it's a good idea to have support ships around the place, just because you can scavenge for extra rewards like that. This threat at least has been taken care of. Your empire expands, you have gained goodwill, and one more threat to the galaxy, or at least your dominion of it, has been dealt with. Now I can equip pirate pulse lasers. Yay. And that was my first look at the ship combat. As I said, it's like you can ignore it. You can just fit all your ships with basic projectile guns, use only the starting tactic card, and you can still win every fight if you keep yourself on par technically, and you have enough ships to throw into the breach. Then you can just beat everything. You just have to keep up with the rest of the game, really. That's all you need to do. You don't have to delve into the combat system any more than you want to. Like, as I said there, when I looked at the advanced menu, it's like, oh, I've not really looked at this all that much. Slight whoopsie there. Anyway, this particular fleet is actually all A-OK. The hero got some experience, but not enough. So we're going to send the hero back to Merges, and that's going to meet up with the fleet of invasion ships that's down here. And we're going to head to the pirate fleet at Musis to intercept them, and then to Dorado is the plan for this fleet, just to clean up this little corridor, which is not in the best of conditions. Now then, if I want to try and assist and take over these guys, I have to say hello to them, and I have to pay a activation cost. And then the quest is timed, so that's something to be aware of. Also, yes, I did just finish a revealer on there, so I will send that revealer out to Ukdar to do that particular quest. Off you go. And I think research will be... actually, completing that quest just now gave me the missing tech I needed, and so my actual tech level in science and exploration has actually advanced the rank. So I can actually immediately go ahead and get this one. Unlocks expeditions level 4, which is actually the highest tier of expeditions, I believe. Yep, that's the highest tier. So I'll be able to scan any anomaly I come across with that, unless it requires a specific resource or something. So yeah, my scouts are almost as good as they're going to get. I do favour early scouting in this game. I don't know if I said that before. I know I did. But anyway, here we go. Ruins, some dust ruins, extra dust, always nice. That's one. Oh, he wants me to go to Nerod as well. You are... yep, you're tasked to go to Nerod. You're fine. You guys I could probably do with upgrading if I'm going to be honest with you. let's just check things out. Embassy has been made over here. Stim City. Actually, Skyward. +1 population slot for every single planet. So, yeah. As I said, you can do things to try and boost the population. This 15 will turn into an 18, so this one would actually benefit more from having the +1 per... Sorry, +4 per population in the tier 3 system upgrade versus the +60. I just went for +60 because it's lower tier materials, and the fact I don't have access to any of it really right now is a slight issue. So I do kind of want to get some more colonies going, or I'm going to have to buy things. I think I made a slight mistake because the stuff that I'm using, in particular, I'm looking around right now for yeah, Eden incense and blue cap mold. Blue cap mold is up north into Orange's area. Eden incense, though, I got slightly mixed up because I was thinking it was this one, but this is red sang. No, Eden incense is... I don't even know where Eden incense is right now. So, my tier 3 upgrades are now locked into materials I don't have ready access to. If they're not in these quarters, it's probably over here. Yeah, it's all the way over here in in Volta space. Whoops. Ah, well. I guess I'll just have to import everything I need every single time for my tier 3 system upgrades, which is 75 a pop. And this is one of the reasons why it's best to try and scatter all across the galaxy if you can, when you can, where you can. It's just like... resources being localized is a bit of a problem sometimes. So at least I've got Kalen, which is bonus to food. Centaurus is bonus to... yep, bonus to science. Pavo is bonus to dust, bonus to influence, bonus to industry. So yeah, I've got a food bonus kicking in, so that's okay. Guys, you are doing Xeno industry. Right. I need to unlock something I can just set you to and then forget about you, honestly. Because that's basically what your future is at this point. Well, that and costing me dust. You're actually neutral for dust. I regret having this world. Yeah, to be entirely honest, I regret having this world. Because I'm not entirely sure what to do with it. That's my big problem. +1 population for -16 dust. 16 dust for 3 or 4 pops? Great. For 1 pop? Not really. For now, let's put Kaisen into producing good old ecologist propaganda. Extra happiness, extra food production. And support the ecologist party. It just doesn't produce anything. Sure. Kais, you are a happy world. Spreading the good word of Horatio. That's what you do. At this point. I'm not sure what else to do with you. Oh. But, with that said though, we're going to end there. I have my plans kind of laid out. That's level 4 in science. I'm moving my combat fleet back down towards Moses and Dorado. I'm expanding westward as fast as my little colony ships can go, honestly. Though you, I think I'll support you with some dust just to get you going a bit better. We can also see that Othero has had some useful things pop in with the influence, because plus 215 popular influence per turn is currently rolling in. And 167 of that is coming from this place. So yeah, something positive has happened here for influence production, very much so. So let's actually check. Can we integrate anyone? We can integrate the Zavali. Ah. If we integrate the Zavali, we get +2 happiness and +1 science on all Horatio. Not a bad shout. Also, notice, by the way, we've got 50 Horatio. we've actually got our highest possible bonus here, which is that's what kicked in for influence. 5% of my food output is added to influence output. So flat out, more food means more influence. That's why my influence suddenly skyrocketed. I suddenly got that bonus kicking in on all systems. That plus 5%. Oh, Horatio, you tried to play me for a fool. Savali, I will go ahead and splice you guys. There we go, thanking you. And I think we're about ready to call it. Yeah, you fly over there. You are scouting away. Thought you found something. Planet Auriga. Garden World was used as a biological laboratory by the Concrete Endless, with myriad experiments run on both native and alien life forms. A site of major conflict during the Dust Wars, the environment degraded and the surface of the planet was eventually covered in ice. While there are rumors and expeditions that claim to have uncovered miraculous ruins and the vestiges of great empires, today Arugia is an icy tomb. Interesting that that's not colonized, actually. I don't know what the Volters are playing at. Arugia is actually it's unique, as you can see. This is the origin world of the Volters. As I said, they wake up in a damaged and powered down cryogenic colony ship, and they woke up over here. But somewhere in the same constellation is their home world of origin, Arugia, which is all the way up here and completely uncolonized. And as you can see, it's pretty strong for dust and science production, though sadly it's also a lone planet. There is a decent influence production, but it's mid-tier in that regard. It's also a big world. Also, there's a system there which has got Quandrix in it, as we can see. I might have found the Volta homeworld before the Volters did. Depends on how good the sensor range on that particular Volta scout fleet is. Then again, we also know that my scouts are horribly overpowered with how specialised they are, so odds are I might have found that system before the Volters did. Certainly I am discovering the galaxy faster than anyone else because of all my scout fleets rolling around. Let's wait. Red Sang, seismic activity and influence, and adamantium. All good. That's it for this particular route, though, so you need to double back to, I think Nakos is your next stop over there. Though we've also got the fleet over at Ziu going that way. Oh, I just saw Leo's pulsing. Leo's got something unscanned. Go to Leo. Yeah, you have to watch out for what's pulsing where. And you are the fleet. You are good. You are done. Okay, so we're going to end it there. We actually got our first fleet combat, brief though it was. It wasn't a major fleet engagement. The enemy did have a bigger ship than I did, but I just flat out had better quality and better numbers. Considering that a medium-sized ship is worth, what is it? Here we go. A medium-sized ship takes up 3 command points, so in terms of fleet space occupation, a medium is worth 3 small ships. So that was basically a fleet equivalent of 5 ships to my 6, plus hero, plus tech advantage. So it wasn't that much of a contest. And then the tactics just did the rest of it. So, yeah. Kind of call it there. Again, if you want to see me try and get warlike, these guys have been demanding I give them money. Do you want me to go after them? If you want to see me try and be more hostile towards these guys and what they're trying to do, let me know. But in the meantime, this has been iMark3. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps the channel, give me those virtual headpats I oh so crave. And helps Horatio spread beauty to the galaxy once more. Yes, we shall do so. We've almost got the good life, actually. That fleet is due to arrive next turn. This one, though, I mispicked on my system upgrades. I'm going to have to pay for that quite badly. Let's see, 75 per. Let's actually do a quick check before we end. 75 per. We want to get Eden Incense, which is currently selling for 14. Not too bad. And Blue Cap Molders is selling for 3. Also, well, that's actually very good. That's far better than I thought. Problem is, though, the market isn't infinite, as you can see. There's only 275 Eden Incense available and 125 Blue Cap. There's the resources just aren't there for what I want to do. Not yet. So I have to buy from the markets, and then because I buy, the price will increase, and so other empires will be more willing to sell it, and the amount should increase that's available. I did kind of shoot myself in the foot, though, doing that a little bit. So I'm definitely behind the curve for my main quest line. And with that all-important question answered, yes, it is indeed time to end. See you all later.